We've all had occasion to cut small multiple work pieces to the same length. Now, the first time you had to do that, you might well have thought, well, I'll just clamp a stop block to the right side of my miter saw and use that to register the workpiece to make my repetitive cuts. That's great in theory, but let's see what really happens. As you can see and hear, what happened here was at the end of the cut, the workpiece was trapped between the end of the stop block and the blade itself. It pinched the piece, threw it backwards, and damaged the cut in the process. In fact, it drove the blade over against this workpiece here, damaging it as well. So the solution to using a stop block for cutting short workpieces is simply to give the workpiece a place to fall off freely. So for example, you can simply put a spacer in between the workpiece and the stop block and remove the spacer to make the cut. And that's fine. You know, yes, it blew the workpiece backwards, but it's a nice clean cut and that'll work just fine. But there is a better approach yet. Here is a Mitersaw flip stop design sent in by John Cusimano. And this is simply made from two pieces of wood connected by a shutter hinge. Now, this wraparound shutter hinge here works because its low pivot point allows the flip stop to move upward without moving in an arc that would shift the workpiece outward. So I'm going to clamp this in place and we'll see how it works. Now, notice in the drawing there's a small chamfer that prevents the lower end of the block from catching as you lift it upward. We've also provided sizes for the pieces for you that suit the hinge that we've sourced. All right, so now we're set up for our cut. When the cut line is aligned with the blade, the end of the workpiece is pressed up against the flip stop. All we have to do is flip the stop out of the way. Make the cut, flip the stop back down, press the workpiece against it, flip the stop up. Sweet, simple, you get the idea. Goes quickly, and you don't, every piece is cut to exactly the same length, and you don't have to set up a cut line every time. So thank you, John Cusimano, for sending that in. And if you have any clever ideas of your own, please send them in to tips@woodcraftmagazine.com. Thanks, I'm Paul Anthony, and I approve this message.